right, and we're live. We got the co-main event right here. Brian Barberena, 33. Rafael dos Anjos, 38 years old. Brian Barberena, 6 foot tall. Rafael dos Anjos, 5'8". Interesting. I didn't know there was that much of a height discrepancy. Brian Barberena, 170 and a half to Rafael dos Anjos, 170, even though they weigh that for about 5 minutes. And Brian Barberena with a 72.5 inch reach advantage, and Rafael dos Anjos with a 70. Interesting stuff. I'm going to have to go with Rafael dos Anjos on this one. Dos Anjos is awesome. I've been a fan of him forever. Great high-level jiu-jitsu. UFC lightweight champion. Well-respected. But Brian Barberena has had some impressive victories over some legends recently. He beat Matt Brown and he beat Robbie Lawler. And those are two absolute legends of the game. And I guess he's on the Legend Tour. We got Mark Goddard as the referee. We're going to begin round one shortly. I improved my lighting setup. We got one viewer. I love it. I love it. All right. Round one. Here we go. Rafael dos Anjos comes out southpaw. Brian Barberena comes out orthodox. No, my apologies. Brian Barberena comes out southpaw, and so does Rafael dos Anjos. Both guys throwing some crazy haymaker punches. And Brian Barberena is throwing some ugly looking kicks. Sheesh. Dos Anjos with a nice 1-2 right down the middle. Both there's been a lot of stance switching here, but both fighters are now settling into the southpaw stance. Rafael dos Anjos goes for the single leg. Brian Barberena defends. And you see the classic underhook, overhook type situation. Brian Barberena with a nice knee to Rafael dos Anjos' stomach here. One thing that I've noticed in Brian Barberena's fights is his toughness is unbelievable. Rafael dos Anjos got double underhooks, uses it as a great position to take Brian Barberena down. And he could use this double underhooks to pass the guard into dominant position as well. He has landed in the half guard, and he's let go of his double underhooks. But the half guard is a great position to be in MMA, especially top half, where you're chest to chest like this. One of the main goals is to get chest to chest on your opponent. Rafael dos Anjos looking for a beautiful head and arm choke. This might be it here. There's a great way where you can combine the head and arm choke and half guard passing, and Rafael dos Anjos has done that here. Brian Barberena deep in this choke here. Dos Anjos puts his leg over to mount. Looks like he might be giving this choke up a bit and is just going to be satisfied with the mount. He separates his hand grip, so he's got one in the choke and one punching him, but it still could be cutting off blood circulation with one arm here. I have seen this finished with one arm, even though it is lower percentage than both arms squeezed. It's a really sucky position to be in, though. And with Rafael dos Anjos punching him with the other arm, you could set the choke in place with the punch. And that's exactly what dos Anjos does. He goes and he gets his gable grip. This is called a gable grip right here, where you don't have any thumbs. Dos Anjos adjusts the choke a little bit, but it gives Brian Barberena the room to escape. Barberena looking to escape the mount. here, but Dos Anjos keeps that chest to chest contact, um, and is using his head very well, and looks like he's using the half guard for the utility of what it's good for in keeping the opponent down on the floor. You really need your legs to be able to heist up to a standing position. And when you're in the half guard and one leg is in between, it is hard to do that. And Rafael dos Anjos steps over with his leg at the perfect time. Beautiful jiu-jitsu, and gets the mount position right here. Looks like Brian Barberena is going to turn his back. Rafael dos Anjos grabs the wrist. Excellent control here from dos Anjos, switching back and forth between half guards and mount to enact control over his opponent the whole time. Really beautiful stuff. And dos Anjos feeding the far wrist. So Rafael dos Anjos has something called diagonal control right here, where dos Anjos is controlling the left leg and the right arm of Brian Barberena, and that diagonal control across the body allows him to be in good position and keep Brian Barberena down, which is what he's doing right now. 25 seconds left in this first round. It's looking like Brian Barberena is going to survive this round, but man, Rafael dos Anjos with some beautiful, beautiful control and jiu-jitsu. Once again, making it really difficult to be able to enact jiu-jitsu in the UFC, as it takes some time to wear down your opponent. Whereas the next round is going to start standing once again. And there it is. There's the end of the first round. Wow. Awesome to see Rafael dos Anjos's transitions, though, between the half guard and the mount. Really a thing of beauty there. Many subtleties in the position that was making Rafael dos Anjos win that. If you guys are watching, we got some viewers. Please throw something in the chat. I love to respond to people in the chat. And we had a really, really great chat last time. I'm curious if people from the last stream are in this one. And as always, much love and respect to you all. So I wonder if Rafael dos Anjos could really mix this up. He was saying in his pre-fight interview that the way to win this fight is to keep this as a mixed martial arts fight rather than a brawl, as Brian Barberena would seemingly want it to be. Ken Chaloya says, sounds like a good first round. Yes. Love you so much, Dad. You're the best. Here we go. Round 2 right here. Both guys coming out a little bit unsure of the stance. Oh, a nice punch that Rafael dos Anjos unloaded on Brian Barberena's face. But man, that Brian Barberena guy is just so durable, so tough. It's rough to be known for your toughness, but this guy is known for his toughness. And I loved the double underhook body lock guard pass. That's one of my favorite ways to body lock takedown. That's one of my favorite ways to do takedowns. Danaher's got a whole instructional series on it, and really, really a great series. I can see some of the mistakes too that some of these guys make from the body lock series after having studied that position in great depth with Danaher. But Rafael dos Anjos goes in for a nice double leg against the cage, sort of a side-on double leg. I like that he gets the inside position with his hands first, and then there he goes. Body lock right here again, and a takedown again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Beautiful stuff. Brian Barberena trying to use the cage to break Rafael dos Anjos's grip behind him with some effects. Gator Vision in the house. Gator Vision, love your name. Thank you so much for being a part of the stream. Make sure to comment anything you want anytime. Rafael dos Anjos all over him, smothering him, making this a grappling match here, which you know I love to see. Rafael dos Anjos back with the double underhooks. Brian Barberena's got to do a better job at pummeling and looking to defend. And beautiful body lock takedown with the leg trip from Rafael dos Anjos, triangling his leg in the half guard that really prevents any bridging ability from Brian Barberena. And you could tell that that's sort of Brian's strategy to be able to explode and get back to his feet. And the way Rafael dos Anjos is managing his control on top is stopping that first and foremost. Brian Barberena, big bridge, explosive attempt at escape, and dos Anjos shuts it down, puts himself back in the close guard, another place that's really difficult to just stand straight up out of. Beautiful stuff here from dos Anjos. Dos Anjos steps back over into the half guard, and oof. Dos Anjos has a Von Flute choke here, and Brian Barberena escapes. That's when someone has you in a guillotine, and you defend the guillotine by attacking a Von Flute choke. A very, very powerful position. Brian Barberena tries to turn his back to escape. Oh, deep. This is a deep rear naked choke attempt from Rafael dos Anjos. The hand still in the head. Brian Barberena looking to try to defend. This might be it. This might be the end of the fight right here. Rafael dos Anjos, deep rear naked choke, deep. And it's over. What happened, though? Did he go unconscious or did he tap? It was not at a clear camera angle. It's hard to see what happened, but the ref definitely came in and stopped it. He sort of choked him, and they were by the cage, and he went like towards the cage. But another rear naked choke victory. I do have an instructional where I go in extreme detail about the rear naked choke. It's an hour and 48 minutes just about the rear naked choke, every which way to apply it, every single detail involved. And of course, I'm the one on my couch here. Oh, they're showing the setup here. The guy turns away. Beautiful rear naked choke right there. But so many guys in MMA still have the hand on top of the head, and it's such a oh, they're showing a better angle here. Oh, and Brian Barberena taps against the cage like this, where it was not in the camera angle that you could exactly see, but it shows it clearly there on the replay. But the hand on top of the head is not a good place in the rear naked choke. You need it behind the head. And you see guys like GSP who come from that Danaher camp, even with the gloves on, they get the hand behind the head, and then it is finito, done. You're giving the guy a chance to defend when the hand's on the head, okay? And even if there's no space, if there's no way to do the rear naked choke where you can't get the hand behind, you could always go palm to palm and tuck your elbow behind them. But this was a case where the hand on the top of the head worked. Anyway, a lot of small, subtle details in there that really make a big difference, especially when you put all of those details together. It really kind of comes together. So I'm happy to see Dos Anjos score one for the legends. Brian Barberena's career path seems to be go up against all of the legendary fighters that are on a downswing and try to win against all those guys, which is not a bad idea for a career path. You sort of steal the hype of those legends. But Dos Anjos, man, you have to really dot all your I's and cross all your T's because Dos Anjos is a serious force to be reckoned with. Brian Barberena seems very upset. You could basically always tell who won or lost the fight just by the body language when they're doing the final hand raise here. And now we only have one fight left. Let's hear a little bit of the interview.
The center, then you started to go to the wrestling. Was that the game plan? Is that what you expected from Brian Barberena?
Yeah, man, definitely. Me and my team, we put together a plan. He's strong as hell. That guy's big. It's my return to welterweight. So happy I got the W. First of all, I want to give you all the honor and glory to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without him, I couldn't do anything. I'm 38 years old of age, 46 fights. I think I'm the guy that has most hours in the octagon.
You absolutely did. Tonight you passed Frankie Edgar for that record.
And I think I had to thank him for training me and keeping me strong to come here and still beating people. 7 years ago, Daniel, December 2015, I was defending my title against Donald Cerrone on this very same arena. And guys like Usman, Francis Ngannou, there was on the prelim card. And here I am still winning fights. And I think I have the right to call somebody. And I want to call out Conor McGregor. 7 years ago, I earned this fight, beating Donald Cerrone. He came up division. We're supposed to fight. I broke my foot, but now here I am. He has a couple months to clean his body of all the shit that he's taking, and I will see you in July.
That was a fantastic performance. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for former champion, Rafael dos Anjos.
Well, I don't know if you heard that, but that was Dos Anjos calling out Conor McGregor, because who wouldn't want 10 million to fight? I would like to see that fight, though, between Rafael dos Anjos and Conor McGregor. It sort of makes sense to me. All right, they have the main event here with Stephen Thompson and Kevin Holland. They're showing Stephen Thompson in the back room warming up here. Got to get him out for the fight. And they're showing Kevin Holland with the warming up in the locker room footage. You know, a couple things I wonder about Kevin Holland's mental state. I mean, he's sort of like a I'll fight anyone at any time kind of guy, but he got beat really bad in his last fight with Hamza. Just got choked out, didn't even get to throw a punch. And that's part of the story of this fight too, because I mean, Hamza beat him basically so easily. He beat him so bad, so easily that Kevin Holland said, "I'm going to retire after that fight." And I just wonder where his head is at mentally, how hard he trained, if he feels it's worth it to keep fighting, if he went through a depression after that, if he lost his championship aspirations. And Hamza did so well that I wonder, you know, when you're at the absolute pinnacle of the division, people start comparing everyone to that one person, you know? And it's really tough to beat Hamza. He's just so unbelievably skilled. So, you know, even if you beat Kevin Holland in a war and it's a close fight, if you're Stephen Thompson, do you really get that much praise when it's hard to top the performance of Hamzat? But I've been a huge Stephen Wonderboy Thompson fan. I've loved karate my whole time that I've been doing it. I originally started out as a karate guy. I was just hanging out with my friend Marco today, and he actually started in karate as well. And we both have done Shotokan. That was the style of karate. I believe Stephen Thompson does Kenpo. He's got a great YouTube channel. I love watching his YouTube channel. And I'm just such a big fan of the karate style. But it's going to be difficult to overcome the, I think it's 8-inch, maybe maybe a little bit less, maybe 6-inch reach advantage that Kevin Holland has. Oh man, in this UFC they have so many so many videos for all these people that have cancer. It just makes me feel so bad. I mean, they're showing this kid with Chris Weidman, and he's got cancer and stuff, and they're showing this guy, this newscaster who died of cancer, and it's just so friggin' heartbreaking, man. It's just so heartbreaking. Philip Rowe said his mom had 2 different kinds of cancer and she's going through chemotherapy and stuff. I mean, I don't even want to be talking about it now. They're just showing, kids going through terrible, terrible sickness. And I just do not wish that evil on them. And it makes me feel sad for them. They're showing kids in the hospital. Ay, ay, ay. It's just so unbelievably sad. And then what do? Do you look away? Do you not watch what's on the screen that the fights are coming up? I don't know. What do you do? If anyone knows what to do, let me know. It might only be my dad watching, who hates those commercials too. When that commercial comes on, it's the arms of the angels. You look for the remote to change the channel so fast because you just can't handle that level of sadness. With Sarah McLachlan and the friggin' Golden Lab. But I guess it's a reminder that we only got a limited time on this planet, and you got to make sure you hug the ones you love a little extra tight. Anyway, I'm glad we're off the cancer topic, and we can move on to the fights. All right, so we got Wonderboy versus Holland. Are they going to do the tail of the tape? No, more ads. It's brought to you by Modelo. Hooray. Modelo's a good beer. Modelo's at least in my top 2 or 3 favorite beers. I get the feeling on this one, too, that this is not going to be a quick fight. I get the feeling that this is going to go probably, but hard to say. This is also a career-defining fight for both guys. It's kind of strange because I believe Wonderboy is coming off of 2 straight losses. And that's rare for Wonderboy. Wonderboy has had such an interesting career where, I mean, he fought like 80 to 100 kickboxing fights, and then he transferred over to the UFC and was just win after win after win after win. He looks so polished, so polished. Every time he fights, he looks so good. And then he had one hiccup in the road where he fought Matt Brown, where Matt Brown just put together one of the best performances of his entire career and was able to beat Wonderboy. That is a phenomenal fight. If you guys want to see a ridiculously good fight, one of the best fights I've ever seen, is Matt Brown versus Wonderboy, where Matt Brown just throws the kitchen sink at Wonderboy. And, it was a great fight for Wonderboy because in a lot of Wonderboy's fights, and with many of his kickboxing fights, Wonderboy has the advantage when it's a match, when it's a contest, and this Matt Brown guy, he was really a fighter guy. He he lost himself in the chaos and the insanity of a fight. And it really favors Wonderboy when it's just kind of a sparring match. When it's a sparring match and when Wonderboy can do his thing like he does in the gym, man, he's just seemingly unstoppable with his incredible striking ability. But Matt Brown said, no, we're going to have a knockdown, drag out fight. And man, that's exactly what they had. And he was the only blemish in Wonderboy's record to the very, very top of the division. And then Wonderboy faced Tyron Woodley at Tyron Woodley's best. I mean, there was a period in there where Tyron Woodley looked literally unstoppable. He was one of my favorite fighters, and he had like 4 or 5 championship title defenses. And then when he went bad, he went better than virtually anyone I've ever seen. He lost every single round, he lost every single fight, and then to cap it off, he lost to Jake Paul twice. But for a long time there, Tyron Woodley was in talks of being up there with George St. Pierre in the running for the greatest of all time in the 170-pound division. And Stephen Thompson's ascension to the top of the division was right in that tip-top prime that Tyron Woodley was in. And Wonderboy has had a couple more losses since then. It might have even been a draw or something the first time they fought. Super, super close 5-round fights with him and Tyron Woodley. Man, great, great, great fights those were. Those are iconic too if you want to check those out. I mean, a lot of times when a fighter is so good, it's their losses that everyone is entertained by and that they want to see. And the same goes for Wonderboy. I mean, the Matt Brown fight was a great fight, and the Tyron Woodley fights were a great fight. Sean321 says, "Are you okay, bud?" I'm doing great, Sean. I hope you're doing well too. So since Wonderboy had those 3 losses, has sort of been a little bit on a downslope. I believe he's lost his last 2, and this should be an interesting fight with Kevin Holland. Wonderboy's getting up there in age; he's turning into Wonder Man. And he turns 40 in February. So that's a little bit old for, to be at the absolute pinnacle and tip-top shape as an athlete. Sean says, "Okay, good. Much love." Sean, do I know you, Sean? Much love to you too. Much love and respect. Were you here on the last stream? I have a couple friends named Sean. There's a group chat I'm involved in with a couple guys named Sean. Could be a couple Seans that I know. Sean, which Sean are you, my friend? Wishing that you would tell me who you are. Wishing you all the best as well. Sean says, "No, looking for the live fight and found this channel." Well, I apologize, Sean. No live fight here, but I will be commentating every single second of the fight. So if you want to stick around, please throw a subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. If you want to stick around, you will know exactly what happens, and I will give you the play-by-play of the fight. And again, subscribing would be much appreciated. Thank you guys all for being here, and it is an honor to be live for this great fight. We see Kevin Holland coming into the octagon. He's got an absolutely ridiculous haircut, and here we go. We have Stephen Wonderboy Thompson walking out. Thanks, bud. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Wonderboy looking good as usual. He looks like he doesn't age. He's got like the same fade haircut. I love his YouTube channel. He's got a great, great channel. What's amazing to me too is he's got training videos with Chris Weidman on there, and it's fascinating to see how Chris Weidman is doing after that horrible leg break injury. I would love to go to the I think it's called Upstate Karate, Stephen Thompson School. Oh, there you see his dad. His dad's in a lot of his videos. Man, his dad hits the makiwara, which is like the wooden hand conditioning device. And man, his dad's knuckles are like these giant balls. It's hilarious. His dad is like that hardcore old school generation. There was one crazy story where his dad broke his neck and he didn't even know it. He's one of those guys. So check out Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's channel as well. Man, I'm excited. We got Wonderboy Thompson has the third most knockdowns in UFC welterweight history. 9th most significant strikes in welterweight history. These are interesting stats. But it's looking like Kevin Holland seems to be the favorite in this one. I'm really curious to see how Wonderboy deals with Kevin Holland's style and how he uses his karate to overcome the significant reach advantage that Kevin Holland has. To me, that's the most interesting, most important aspect of this fight. So I think it will be how Wonderboy adapts to Kevin Holland's substantial reach advantage. All right, tail of the tape. Wonderboy 39, Kevin Holland 30. Stephen Thompson 6 foot tall, Kevin Holland 6'3". He's got the tallest and longest active reach among UFC welterweights. It says both weigh in at the 170. And Stephen Thompson, 75-inch reach to an 81-inch reach for Kevin Holland. So 6-inch reach disadvantage for Wonderboy. And that's tough when your specialty is striking. Guys, please throw something in the comment section. Would love to talk to you, to converse. Please check out any of my instructional videos in the description. My Amazon link, my PayPal account, and any of the Instagram or Facebook channels. You could always find me and contact me there if you would like. We got Kevin Holland doing a very interesting warm-up routine, it looks like. I think Kevin Holland is busting out some katas. A kata is a choreographed fight that you see in a lot of traditional martial arts. Another thing that makes this fight compelling is that Kevin Holland is a kung fu guy and Wonderboy is a karate guy. Even though, kung fu isn't like a super highly respected striking martial art, but Kevin Holland is also known for having great boxing. I'd be also interested to hear any of the trash talk happening in this fight, but I can't play the sound or this video will get copyrighted. Sean says, "Can you chime in on the TKOs and who looks like an up and comer?" Are you talking about previously in the card? I mean, it looks like that guy Sergey has a definite future in the heavyweight division. One guy in my comment section suggested Sergey versus Cyril Gane would be a great fight. And that guy Roman with the calf slicer, that he got a TKO victory off of that calf slicer. Phenomenal phenomenal calf slicer. I actually have a video that says the most underrated submission in MMA is the calf slicer, and that is down in my video section. But we are about to begin here. They had just met in the center of the octagon. Any final questions? You ready? You ready? And let's fight. Round one begins right now. Kevin Holland opening up with some round kicks here, trying to take the center of the octagon, looking like he wants to take charge. Wonderboy more of a counter fighter here, showing that right away, sort of in his style. Wonderboy looking to throw some side kicks, it looks like, to the belly, but Kevin Holland really trying to show dominance, look big, use his reach advantage. They clinch now up against the fence, and Kevin Holland's already talking to him. You know, as I was saying, this could be this is an interesting striking match, just like the exchange that happened there. Kevin Holland was saying something. There was a disengagement of the clinch, and they both high fived. Oh, a beautiful 1-2 off of the kick there for Wonderboy. A common way to defend against kicks is you come straight forward and you throw a nice 1-2. And another great thing I'm noticing too in this fight is Kevin Holland's head movement. Whenever Wonderboy comes through with a straight technique, Wonderboy made it straight through on that one. But Kevin Holland is expecting these straight down the middle techniques, it seems. Not that last one, but and he's moving his head accordingly. So Wonderboy is a hard guy to train for, but it seems that Kevin Holland has sort of prepared in that sense of defending those straight down the middle punches. And when you throw a leg kick or a kick of any kind, a great way to defend is to start throwing 1-2s right down the middle. But Wonderboy looks like he has a cut on his eye right here, not bleeding into his eye though, which is a good thing for Wonderboy. Interesting that these combinations though. Wonderboy managing distance very well. Kevin Holland's jab just missing. Kevin Holland looking like he wants to be either all the way out or all the way in on these exchanges, and will try to make the fight a good distance, and then clinch and land some strikes in the clinch as well. And he seems to have opened up Wonderboy's cut a little bit more. Wow, when he comes through with that like looping right hand. Oh, a big punch on Wonderboy. Wonderboy's wobbled here. Wonderboy with his hands up like this. This could be close to be. I think Wonderboy will recover, but Wonderboy on shaky legs here. 2 minutes, 11 seconds left in this round. You almost never see Wonderboy get rocked like that. Looking good for Kevin Holland here. Geez. All right. The pace has slowed down a little bit. They're both clinched against the fence here. But man, it looks like Wonderboy needs a better strategy in the clinch here. Kevin Holland seems to be doing really well utilizing a striking clinch to combat Wonderboy's karate type style. A great strategy. Another kick to the leg from Wonderboy. Oh, and a nice punch right down the middle from Wonderboy, too. And you're seeing Wonderboy's classic side-on karate stance. Oh, and a attempted hook kick to the head from Wonderboy, and Kevin Holland kicks out the leg of Stephen Thompson. Stephen Thompson trying to change his angle here. And I think there might be a cut on Kevin Holland. It's probably not the most politically correct thing to say, but Kevin Holland's so black, it's hard to tell even if he's bleeding. Chris W says, "Let's go Holland." Love it. We got 47 seconds left in round one. It seems like this round one is taking forever. Wonderboy switching stances, having that side-on stance. Oof. And they're just making like car crash type collisions. Looks like Wonderboy is having a little bit of trouble to deal with this this long range. of Kevin Holland. But like I was saying with the Philip Rowe match, I trained with him and I've sparred with him while he's been down here, and it's just there's an adjustment period that needs to happen when you're fighting a guy who's got like an 80-inch reach, or that he's like 6'3" plus. He's just so unbelievably long that he's able, like, the shape and his bone structure, he's able to generate more leverage off of it, and like the distance is a little bit weird and a little bit odd. So there needs to be like a getting used to or an adjustment period when you are at such a reach disadvantage. I'm like 6'1", so I'm usually used to the guy having the reach advantage. But when you get a guy 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", and just has arms for days, you're not used to that reach disadvantage. Chris W says Wonderboy looking crisp. Holland needs to watch out for the counters. I agree, but I give that first round to Kevin Holland. I mean, Wonderboy was rocked in that round. Oof, they're showing the punch that wobbled Wonderboy, and it was a strong punch right to the forehead. Really sort of snapped Wonderboy's head back. Round two, here we go. Wonderboy starts out with a side kick. One of the things, though, that you got to sort of give Wonderboy on his stance is that this side-on stance doesn't have the knee facing forward, so it's not as subject to those oblique kicks, where if you kick the knee while it's already bent, it just continues to bend more. Ooh, great round kick to the head from Wonderboy. It's an interesting battle too, with Wonderboy's kicks and Kevin Holland's arms, because they're about the same distance. And oh, a nice blitz here from Wonderboy. I have been saying Wonderboy a lot, but he really seems to be dictating these exchanges. Wonderboy moving straight backwards here. And like I was saying, round two, it seems like Wonderboy has made an adjustment on the taller fighter. And he looks a lot more comfortable striking out there. I could be wrong, and he could get flatlined almost instantly. But I think that what you're seeing right now is Wonderboy sort of understanding now what to do in fighting such a fighter who's so tall, and he's really utilizing his karate blitz more. Oh, a couple nice strikes here. Kevin Holland on the back foot now. Wonderboy's got him up against the cage, but a bunch of nice strikes here from Wonderboy. 3 minutes left in this second round. Kevin Holland with a leg kick on the outside. Another couple round kicks from Kevin Holland. Ooh, a nice 1-2 switch kick from Wonderboy. Classic karate stuff. I remember learning how to do that on the bag. You would try to go from one leg to another. Looks like Kevin Holland threw a head kick there. I'm not clear how much it landed. Wonderboy, though, he's darting in on these exchanges, and looks like Kevin Holland is going to sit back and sort of wait. And a great way to knock someone out is to have them coming forward and you going into them at the same time. Those coupled forces together really make a huge difference, and that's really a knockout blow. So it's interesting to see. Ooh, a nice 1-2 there from Wonderboy. It's interesting to see sort of Wonderboy utilize the blitz more, and Kevin Holland sort of looking to Kevin Holland and Wonderboy gotten into a scramble where Kevin Holland basically ended up on top and took him down. And he said, you know what? Forget the whole takedown game. and let's get back up and keep striking. Which is funny because both of their last fights that they've been fighting in, they both lost to like superior grapplers and superior wrestlers. It seems like Kevin Holland's strategy is to counterfight Wonderboy. Wonderboy naturally, I believe, is more of a counterfighter anyway, and this is an interesting kind of strategy. You saw Tyrone Woodley utilize this in their championship fights, where everyone would just try to come forward and try to beat Wonderboy, and Wonderboy would stay back, and he would be able to strike. Wonderboy seems to have lost his footing here. He's up against the cage. Kevin Holland hits him with a nice uppercut. Wonderboy looking to try to come back. A lot of footwork in this fight being used. Oh, beautiful spinning hook kick from Wonderboy there. Kevin Holland a little rocked here. 20 seconds left in the second round. As I was saying, it seems like Wonderboy has made his adjustments in this second round to deal with Kevin Holland's length. One thing that you got to have to be a top tier level MMA fighter is you got to have great adaptation. You got to be really good at adapting to your opponent. And you're seeing that happen right here in front of your eyes if you're watching the fight. Chris W says, yeah, nasty shot, probably hurt his own hand too. You know, I was so focused on the fight, I'm not even sure which shot you're referring to, but Wonderboy has had some issues where he's broken his hands multiple times. He broke both of his thumbs in one fight, and oh yeah, they're showing a nice elbow there from Kevin Holland that Wonderboy just ate. Ouch. And in another fight, in the Vicente Luque fight, Wonderboy broke both of his hands. But, you know, you fight over 100 times and your hands are going to break. That's just how it is. Round 3, beginning right now. Chris W says, damn. Wonderboy looked like he was looking for a kick there and had his weight on his back leg, and Kevin Holland changed his approach and started charging forward. Wonderboy recognizes it and starts moving back. Oh, a nice 1-2 switch kick there from Wonderboy. Beautiful stuff. My gosh. Man, I got to do that kick again one day. It's just so clean how Wonderboy hits. You know, you get kicked low and you're like, oh man, I got kicked low over here, and then boom, it comes right to your face over there. Some more beautiful straight punches down the middle from Wonderboy. And Kevin Holland looks to take Wonderboy down in sort of this clinch type situation. They both get back up. They both slap hands. And this is an interesting thing where the more they are slapping hands and talking in there, I think the more it really favors Wonderboy because he loves those sparring type matches. Even though Kevin Holland's talking shit is and talking a lot while he's fighting is his style. His nickname is Big Mouth. Oh, and a nice hook kick that sits Kevin Holland down on his butt. Amazing. In the past, I wonder if he's looking to set this hook kick up again. In the past, Wonderboy had hurt someone with a hook kick, and he could have finished him, but he didn't. And his dad would yell, spin. And Wonderboy set it up again and knocked him out with a spinning hook kick again. And I can't help but wonder, is the same thing uh, attempting to happen here? Oh, and another hook kick from Wonderboy. These hook kicks are amazing. They're a really difficult technique to hit, and to hit them on Kevin Holland is no easy feat. But it looks like to me Wonderboy starting to take over, take control. Really needed that adjustment round in round one. Round one I give to Kevin Holland. Round two I give to Wonderboy, and round three I give to Wonderboy. Ever since that second round where it looked like Wonderboy adjusted, he seems to have taken the fight under his control. And more stuff in the clinch here, both in a tie plum clinch. They separate back to the center of the octagon. Oof, another couple nice strikes from Wonderboy, but man, Kevin Holland is tough and really hard to put away. But Wonderboy with a flurry now has Kevin Holland against the fence. Throws in a nice punch to the body. Kevin Holland smiles, respects the work. Kevin Holland not looking so good. Wonderboy really seeming to find his groove, find his element. A beautiful pull from Wonderboy, where you throw a strike, boom, and you come back. Oof, Kevin Holland with a nice hook. Wonderboy answers with another blitz of his own. 43 seconds. Oh, and another incredible spinning hook kick. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Wow. Oh, this might be it for Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland on shaky legs here. Kevin Holland predicted that he would finish Wonderboy in the third round. So wouldn't it be funny if Wonderboy finished him in the third round? Oh, another spinning hook kick, but that one was a little bit sloppy. He got a little bit greedy with it. Kevin Holland sort of saw it, moved out of the way. 3 seconds left in this round, and they find a fourth round here. Kevin Holland looks at his hand. I wonder if his hand is broken. He seems to be in pain on his hand. Oof. They gave Kevin Holland the spit bucket, and he spit up a lot of blood. Yeah, they're saying even in the commentary booth, something is wrong. I think Kevin Holland's hand is broken. Chris W. said might have been from that first round hit. Yeah, I didn't realize. Oh, they're showing that beautiful spinning hook kick again. My gosh. Chris said might have been from that first round hit. I didn't see the punch that broke Kevin Holland's hand, but it seems to be a problem now. Good catch, Chris. I'll have to watch this fight back and see where it was that Kevin Holland potentially broke his hand. I mean, we don't know anything yet, but I don't know how you beat Wonderboy with only 3 limbs. You need all 4. Starting round 4. Wonderboy comes out in the southpaw stance. Kevin Holland in the orthodox stance. Oh, and another spinning hook kick right to Kevin Holland's face. Ridiculous. You know, I was thinking with Hamzat's last performance against Kevin Holland, where Kevin Holland couldn't throw a single punch, you can't really top that, and that this is a bad fight for Wonderboy. But with all of these spinning hook kicks, you almost have to give it to Wonderboy that he's winning this in his own kind of special way. They were saying something off the break there. They reset them, and Wonderboy threw a beautiful punch. They're talking to each other off the fence right now. Oh, maybe it was a headbutt. Because Wonderboy seems to have a pretty bad cut right here. Oh, and another beautiful pull. I got a whole video in my on my channel. Oh, Kevin Holland looking to shoot for a takedown here. Oof, this might be it for Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland is turning into a wrestler. This doesn't look good. Whereas before, earlier in the fight, he was like, "Oh no, let's keep this as a striking fight." And it looks like there's a cut on Kevin Holland's brow. I think there was a headbutt. Oh, something happened, and they waved off the fight. Damn, what happened?
We wanted.
All right, hang on
I
a
would say in
second.
a nutshell.
Kevin Holland.
Accidental groin strike.
All right, so now.
Timeout. Timeout.
Wait a minute. Timeout.
The fight's not over.
All right, here we go.
Okay, some definite weirdness. The ref waved off the fight, but they're claiming it was a groin strike. It looks like Wonderboy just threw an uppercut to Holland's nuts. Are they going to continue the fight or not, though? Usually when the referee waves off the fight, that is it. There is no more fight. Fascinating. It looks like they're going to continue with the fight. I don't know if I've ever seen a fight where if the referee waves it off, they keep fighting. But I think the referee didn't see the groin shot, but they replayed it on the video. All right. I guess we recommence round 4 here. Oh, a beautiful spinning hook kick from Wonderboy there. Kevin Holland looking to wrestle once again. This might be finished with a spinning hook kick from Wonderboy. A nice round kick. Kevin Holland just looks like a sitting duck here. Hard to watch almost. Another spinning hook kick from Wonderboy. That one didn't land as flush. Oh, and a round kick to the head. Looks like Wonderboy's just trying to set up that spinning hook kick again. It just doesn't look like Kevin Holland has anything for Wonderboy at this point. Another spinning hook kick. Wow. Wonderboy's spinning hook kick is just such a thing of beauty. And there's multiple ways that he's throwing it too. There's ways to throw the spinning hook kick where it's a side kick and then you whip your heel back, where you almost throw a side kick near the guy's head, and then you curl your hamstring, curl your leg back. And then there's the version where you just spin all the way around in a circle. And he's switching in between both of them as to not have Kevin Holland get a good read on the timing. The timing and the speed of those two differences in the spinning hook kick are quite different. But Kevin Holland just sort of sitting against the cage here, and Wonderboy just sort of picking away at him with strikes. Another spinning hook kick from Wonderboy. Oh, this might be it here. Wonderboy looking, how does he close the show? Kevin Holland's just tough as nails, though. It's really hard to finish him. Yikes, 32 seconds left in this 4th round. Like I said, this one's probably going to go all 5. Oh, maybe not. Kevin Holland looks to turn this into another wrestling match again. Kevin Holland gets rocked. 12 seconds, 10 seconds. Does he make me eat my own words here? 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. We will see around 5. Wonderboy sort of got up and walked around the ref. What an interesting kind of maneuver there. We got 6 viewers. I think that's an all-time high for this channel. Shout out to all 6 of you. If you want to throw something in the chat, what do you think of this fight so far? And let me know your thoughts and comments. Kevin Holland not looking so good. And the ref waving off the fight. I think Kevin Holland just didn't want to be made into a highlight reel, and it looks like it was something that maybe broke on Kevin Holland's hand. Alexander says, hello from Bulgaria. Well, that was sort of an anticlimactic ending. Hello, Alexander. Great to hear from you. Great to see you. I'm not exactly seeing you, but I'm seeing that you're typing to me. Much love to Bulgaria. Please throw a subscribe on my channel. And I'm curious as to what exactly is happening here.
In the performance of his lifetime.
Yeah.
If he retired now, that will be the standout performance. He will always be remembered for that display of martial arts and will to win.
Alexander, thank you very much. I really appreciate you being here. And what a beautiful display of striking, really, from Wonderboy. Some incredible striking ability, though. Oof, another spinning hook kick they're showing. They're showing the spinning hook kick highlights. Man, amazing striking there. Yikes. I wonder what it was exactly that made Holland pull out of that fight, though. Anyway, guys, I think that will do it for me. You know what? Actually, I should stick around until they make an official decision.
And
here.
now their lives are intertwined forever. All right, one final time tonight. Here's Chris Buff.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliata has called a stop to this contest at the end of round number 4, declaring the winner by TKO, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
I don't know if you guys could hear it. Let me know if you guys could hear. It might get copyrighted because I
I'm here
played
with
some
Stephen
of it.
Wonderboy Thompson. I mean,
But whatever.
Wonderboy, that was a fantastic performance. Was that everything you expected going into the fight with Kevin Holland?
100%, man. The guy's got reach for days. I knew he was going to be hard to get on the inside, so I had to use my timing, my distance management to get on the inside, and of course, good timing.
You know, you are usually a guy that wants to attack and not be hit, but tonight was just a fight. At what point did you set your mind to the fact that it was going to get down and dirty and you were okay with it?
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, you know, my last 2 performances, I lost to grapplers. I wanted to show the UFC and the fans that Wonderboy's still here. You know, I feel like I'm 25. I'm still in for the long haul, and then I still got it.
Wonderboy, let's take a look at some of your work here. You were really striking when Kevin would throw kicks. And then as the fight went on, your kicks really did take over, the body kick, and then those hook kicks. But at what point did you think, what will I have to do to get this guy out of here? Because you hit him with some tremendous shots.
Yeah, man, he's tough as nails. I mean, both of my hands hurt right now because of his hard noggin. But, man, Kevin Holland's a beast. I knew I had to use my longest tools, which were my kicks, against a guy with a 81, 82-inch reach.
Wonderboy, you said you're still here for the long run. After a fight like that, everybody wants to watch you compete again. I know you have to go and recover, but how soon would you want to fight again? And what are you looking to see when you step back in the octagon?
You know what I mean? You're going to see a better Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, baby. I'm out here for the long haul. Everybody out here, I appreciate you. Thank you, Orlando. I freaking love you. Let's go.
That was an absolutely beautiful performance. Maybe fight of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Great stuff from Wonderboy. Got some really positive comments. Thank you, guys.
Kevin, you seem to have some hand problems going on in the fight. At what point did the right hand start to bother you? Because you didn't throw it very much as the fight went on.
I think I hurt him in the first round, and after that, he was hurting. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Was there anything surprising in there about Stephen Wonderboy Thompson in the fight, or was that what you expected?
A little faster than I thought, but definitely what I expected. So, hats off to Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, his pops, and everybody over there in his corner. Wonderful team.
Well, hats off to you too, my friend. That was a fantastic performance, possibly the fight of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the trailblazer, Kevin Holland.
What an absolute...
Great stuff there. I guess he was saying in his first round that he probably broke his hand. And yeah, Chris W. friggin' called it in the chat. Shout out to you, Chris, that it was a handbrake. And I think that was ultimately what led to Kevin Holland sort of quitting there in the end. I mean, he was just getting beaten up really bad. And in combination with his hand, I just didn't see a real route to victory for him. Opt-in Optimist says, hey, great personality, man. You seem like a good dude who understands the sport. You might want to think about doing MMA news or video essays about fights or fighters. Thank you so much, Opt-in Optimist. Love your the name of your account. Really appreciate that. I've been doing martial arts for basically my whole life. I teach martial arts professionally. I teach law enforcement, police officers. I have instructional videos for sale that are in my link in the bio. I have great self-defense instructionals, exactly what I teach all of my officers. And I've really made it my life's work. So I really appreciate that comment. I started off in karate. Karate was my first love. Got a black belt in that and have trained many martial arts and fell in love with jiu-jitsu and got a black belt in that as well. Opt-in Optimist says, I think Hamzat would do the same to Wonderboy that he does to anyone who can't out-wrestle him. I don't think Wonderboy has the power to stop him. You guys might be right. I mean, Wonderboy's takedown defense seems to be immaculate against most, but he did lose via some wrestling in his last fight against Gilbert Burns. I mean, Gilbert Burns is no easy fight for anybody, but I think Khamzat with the grappling would just tie him in knots, sort of like how he does to everyone else. I can't foresee, though, that they'll be making that matchup soon in the future. Chris says, Ryan, thank you for the hosting yet again. We'll stay ready for the next one. Thank you again so much, everyone. Really appreciate everyone in the stream. Chris, your commentary saved the day today. And you really were able to tell more so than I was about what was going on in the fight with that broken hand. Thank you for your comments, your commentary, and I really hope to see you on the next one as well. Opt-in Optimus says, thanks, LL. You have a good cadence and voice for doing videos. Since you're already on YouTube, might as well try your hand at the stuff that gets the most views, which is the video, essays, and news. Opt-in Optimus, tell me what you mean by the video, essays, and news. I'm not really 100% sure what you mean by that. I try to upload on my YouTube channel every single day. I have almost 200 videos in a row in the last 200 days that I have uploaded. And I'm really trying to grow the channel. And my goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers eventually. But I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. And so far, I'm not doing too good. I got like 3 50, I think. So if you guys could subscribe, I'd really appreciate that too. And that would help me try to achieve that goal. It's really tough trying to build your own brand one day at a time, one thing at a time. But I am doing my best. Alexander says, in Bulgaria, it's 8:32 a.m. I'm going to sleep, guys. It was nice to meet you. See you the next time, and have a good night. Thank you so much, Alexander. Have a good night. 8:32 a.m. I know what it's like to go to bed in the morning like that. They're showing, videos of the Amway Center in Orlando here, and what's crazy is I'm in Orlando. I'm exit 78, and the Amway Center is like exit 82. So exits don't go chronologically in order. So it's like 2 exits up from me, and it's virtually in walking distance. But the price of the tickets were so insane. I wanted to go. A lot of my friends went. A lot of my friends in neighboring schools around here went. And the nosebleed seats all the way up at the very top were $175 a ticket, which is just too crazy, too steep for me. If you wanted anywhere in the middle, it was $300 to $400 a ticket, and then it's thousands if you want to get anywhere close to the front. So that's a little bit too rich for my blood. I'd much rather prefer to be at home, have my bed right over there, and be talking to the wonderful people in the chat. Optin Optimus says, check out people like Napoleon Bonaparte for the essays. That is a hilarious name for your video essays, for whatever that is. And there's a bunch of newer ones that are getting big. I can find more to recommend if I look at my history as far as news like MMA on Point. There's so many of both. Optimus says, LOL, I know, right? And Napoleon Bonaparte is great. Phenomenal name. All right, I will check that out. If you guys want to friend request me or anything, my Facebook and Instagram is also in the bio. And if you want to send that to me, Optin Optimus, I'll surely check out Napoleon Bonaparte just for the creativity of the name, and send me any videos or friend requests there. Thank you guys so much. I wish you all the best, and have a great night.